When stimulus checks were sent out to the churches within the Presbytery of the Cascades to engage in creative ministry to areas affected by COVID-19, 87 of them responded with enthusiastic ideas to help meet the pressing needs in their communities. This edition continues the reporting of these energetic and compassionate responses from our congregations.
First, Corvallis established a COVID-19 fund to support the most needy families in their community. $2,000 was given to We Care to help many families who are struggling with unemployment and essential bills.
United Presbyterian Church in Albany's $1,000 stimulus check for church mission blessed Lynn Benton Food Share, an arm of the Community Services Consortium. The grant was matched by the congregation and 2 corporate community partners, totaling $4,000. Lynn Benton Food Shares provides millions of pounds of food every year to the local community through food pantries, meal sites, gleaning groups, and supplemental agencies. Some of their supplemental and non-emergent programs help low-income families, child care centers, drug and rehab centers, group homes, senior care facilities, and weekend backpack programs. The most effective way to help Lynn Benton Food Share is to donate money. For every dollar donated, they can provide the equivalent of 6 meals to individuals and families in need. Members of the United Presbyterian Mission Committee regularly volunteer to pack boxes of food on Thursday nights at their warehouse location.
Peace Presbyterian Church of Eugene used their stimulus check as seed money to raise funds for local food banks. Peace chose Fish Food Pantry and the University of Oregon Student Food Pantry. Fish supports their local Eugene community, while U of O Students Food Pantry is supporting an underserved group of the population, namely students who don't have a family that they can return to with school closures. They have raised over $1,800 on their way to a $2,000 goal. Session would like to thank the Presbytery for this grant and the opportunity to help our community and energize our congregation.
St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church in Portland, through their Neighborhood Ministries program, is developing a partnership with Hygiene for All, hoping to support the laundry arm of the development project on the east side of the river. Basically, a clothing exchange. Unhoused folk drop off dirty clothes and pick up new, to them, clean clothes. The director is putting in a hub that will have showers and a clothing exchange site. What St. Andrews will hopefully do is set up an off-site laundry project to which they take the dirty clothes, run them through a bed bug oven, and launder them. They also hope to hire a few unhoused folks to work with them on this so that they are building relationships and supporting employment.
Aurora Presbyterian Church partnered with Christ Lutheran Church of Aurora to purchase $2,000 worth of bilingual books for North Marion County students. This is a hard time for the families in their communities. Many of them do not have access to online learning. Teachers ask them to read for 20 to 30 minutes a day, but they don't have large home libraries. Every time they bring Spanish or bilingual books to the free school sites, all the books are snatched up by grateful families. This generous grant is making it possible for the North Marion school staff to purchase many more books from Scholastic to give to students through the summer.
With the promise of $1,000 gift coming from Salem First Presbyterian Church, Director of the Salem Dream Center, Craig Oviatt, challenged their Facebook supporters to match it. The effort raised an additional $1,825. All the money is designated for food. Salem Dream Center provides support to the marginalized community in the West Salem area, helping children and families succeed through relationship. Salem Dream Center provides meals, food boxes, mentoring, ESOL, study tables, and tutoring through unconditional Christian love.
The Evangelism Mission Standing Committee at Clatskanie Presbyterian determined that half of the $1,000 grant money, plus any matching funds, would be given to Meals on Wheels program, which operates out of the Senior Center at the Flippin' Castle. The other half would be given to Turning Point, which operates a food bank and clothing store for those in need. The congregation challenged other local churches to match this grant for a $2,000 gift to the community.
Smith Memorial Presbyterian Church would like to express their sincere appreciation to the Presbytery for the $1,000 grant to provide relief to their communities and encourage innovation in mission. In the area of relief, they partnered with a local elementary school across the street from the church to host their food pantry. When the school building closed due to the pandemic, they had nowhere to store or distribute the food in their pantry to the neediest families in their community. The church has opened their doors to the school, and they distribute the food from their parking lot every Friday. They have used some of the Presbytery grant to purchase fresh fruit and additional boxes of cereal to go along with the bags of non-perishable food.
In June, Central Presbyterian Church Eugene held a drive-by food drive that generated 2 cars full of food plus $630 in cash donations. The food and money collected were added to the stimulus check and then divided equally between Student Food Pantry near the University of Oregon and FISH, that is, Friends in Service of Humanity, of Springfield, Eugene. It proved to be a fun activity as the church family members greeted each other at an approved social distance, of course, and then stopped into Church Alley to deliver their donations.
Mount Scott Park Presbyterian Church used their funds to support the Milwaukee Center Meals on Wheels and the Clackamas Service Center. Each immediately received a check for $500. Then they turned the challenge grant into an online Parable of the Talents 2020 to match that $1,000 with another $1,000. They added another $1,578 to that original $1,000 grant, allowing them to send an additional $789 to each organization. Meals on Wheels has been especially struggling under the strain created by COVID-19. Their unhoused and low-income members often speak of the help available at the Clackamas Service Center, which offers a variety of programs from groceries to a mailing address to medical and dental services. Dozens of families will receive fresh groceries, pet food, diapers, and more, and they will breathe easier knowing that they are supported.
St. John's Camas is a member of the Downtown Camas Association and is engaged in efforts to support a backpack food program for children who are food insecure. They distributed $1,000 to Interfaith Treasure House and challenged local churches to join them in supporting the families of their wider community.
Upon receipt of the $1,000 stimulus check from the Presbytery, the deacons and session of Prineville Presbyterian Church quickly and unanimously agreed to forward those funds directly to St. Vincent de Paul of Crook County. St. Vincent de Paul is an agency of last resort for many people in that part of Central Oregon. The money is to be used to keep people housed who otherwise are facing imminent eviction or paying utility bills for people facing imminent shutoff. With other agencies mobilizing to provide food, their addressing these 2 needs allowed them to help to close a couple more holes in the safety net for those hit hard due to COVID-19's financial impacts.
Westminster Eugene has decided to aid in the support of the 70 resident family members who are part of their local St. Vincent de Paul, which operates First Place Family Day Shelter and its partner, First Place Annex Overnight Shelter, located in a former church in South Eugene. Westminster supplies them with meals each year, and the funds will be used to cook more healthful, high-quality meals or provide a weekly organic veggies box from the Youth Farm Project, depending on their greatest need.
Piedmont Presbyterian Church's session sent $590 to the Northeast Emergency Food Project and $590 to Every Child Oregon to support children in foster care as a disbursement of the grant, the congregational portion of their Pentecost offering.
The Malin, Tule Lake community churches used the funds to rent sound equipment to broadcast their worship services to a parking lot service with other churches in the community joining in. They had people come from Klamath Falls and the surrounding community, as well as those from churches in Malin and Merrill. They thought the best way to encourage people who felt isolated and alone was to gather for worship, where you could see friends and neighbors. Afterwards, they received a number of thank you cards and phone calls, telling them that they were making a difference in their lives during the COVID-19. They are very thankful for the gift and what it has meant to their community.
Pioneer Presbyterian Church in Warrenton looked at several possibilities for growing their challenge grant, but most of these had already received substantial donations and did not serve Warrenton. In the end, they contributed where they saw the greatest need, the Astoria Rescue Mission. This organization is in the midst of a remodel to create safe, socially distanced quarters for the unhoused. It is also the only organization that provides free food, being sack lunches, to the unhoused in Warrenton.
The mission committee at First Presbyterian Church, Lebanon, decided to support some of the most vulnerable citizens and small businesses in Lebanon with face masks. The Willamette Manor did not budget for face masks. It's the only not corporate-backed, standalone 501c3 not-for-profit assisted living facility in Lebanon. The Lebanon Chamber of Commerce purchased 5,000 masks on faith without the resources to actually pay for them. This will cost about $3,000. The congregation's prayer and mission is to reimburse the Chamber of Commerce for the 4,000 masks given to the Willamette Manor and the remaining 1,000 given to small business owners. The mission committee is using the 1,000 as seed of faith for this project. It is our vision to see this seed grow and bloom in our community, they report. This is our Hope for Healing project.
While walking in downtown Grants Pass, I met a lady at a local bus stop asking me how she could obtain a mask. She needed a mask to ride on our local buses. No masks were available on the buses. Through my work facilitating poverty simulations, transportation is one of the biggest issues for many in the community, and not just the homeless. Everyday things we take for granted can be difficult for many people, especially those living in poverty. A mask helps everyone in the community to stop the spread of COVID. Our church came together to quickly make masks for our local transit system. While many of the materials were donated, the Presbytery stimulus grant gave our church the start we needed to begin deeper thinking about what we could do to help others in our community, especially those who may have the least.
We wondered who else might need some masks. We had heard that the Women's Crisis Support Team, a nonprofit organization dedicated to ending the cycle of domestic violence and sexual assault in Josephine County through intervention, prevention, and safe shelter, needed disposable masks for visiting clients. We purchased masks and delivered them to the team. Their office is just a block from the church. The masks opened the door to a new relationship between the Women's Crisis Support Team and Bethany. The other group we connected with is the Fish Food Bank. Bethany is providing masks for their volunteers and will also be donating $500 to purchase new carts and new shelving. This all got started with a simple request for a mask. It grew into a desire to help make Grants Pass a safer place. It has opened the door to 3 new relationships with our neighbors. All of this fits in perfectly with Bethany's commitment to being a Matthew 25 congregation. We look forward to seeing where this takes us as we continue to help dismantle structural racism, eradicate systemic poverty, and build congregational vitality.
We have witnessed a very encouraging sign of God's Spirit actively at work in the midst of COVID-19. We have struggled, communities have suffered, but our congregations have responded and the gifts continue to grow.